All right, let's hit this button.
Right.
60, 59, 50, this is a countdown. 57, Slade and Mayson Show. 55,
Slade and Mayson Show.
This continues to be a countdown to the Slade and Mayson
Mayson
Show.
Show brought to you by No Dose, No Dose. It's the only thing that'll get you through this show. No Dose. Now available in the 48 count.
39.
Ask your favorite truck driver.
37.
You'll be glad you did.
35, 33. Please stand by as you're listening to the countdown. To the Slade and Mayson Show.
It's the little things that make us laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, just go ahead, hit the subscribe button now and hit the thumbs up. You'll like it.
That's right. You know,
Just
again,
go
we're
ahead.
giving you all this funny stuff before the show starts. So
That's
that
right.
you get used to it. You know,
Yeah.
and so, hey, these guys are going to be really funny for the
Yeah.
next hour.
That's the hope, anyway.
To the Slade and Mayson 7, 6, 5,
Oh my gosh.
4, here we go. 3,
Whew.
2,
Okay.
1.
Hit it. Come on. Quiet today.
Way to go, Freddy, hit that button right. Way to go, hit the button right.
Now broadcasting.
See, broadcasting.
Dan Mason Studios.
Yep.
Deep in the heart of Virginia.
And
It's the
Studio
Slade
116.
and Mason Show.
Hi, I'm J.D. Slade. I'm Dan Mason, and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
I feel like I know that song from somewhere. All right. Well, here we are, boys and girls, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Slade and Mayson.
Show.
That's right. That's right. This is year many, and I'm Dan Mason, and over there on the other side,
Oh, you're talking about me.
yeah, I'm talking about you.
I was thinking, who's he got over there?
Yeah, who's it? Friends, this is
Hello, Mr. Mason.
friends. This is why you need to stay away from drugs. Drugs are bad for you. Very,
And
very
of course,
bad.
if your partner happens to be holding a bag for you, he's still waiting to get it over here. It's like he still hasn't brought it. But I keep hearing, oh man, this stinks. This stinks. I said, well, bring it over here. It's like, I'll take care of it.
whole house reeks of like some skunk exploded. I don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, this is our podcast. We do this every Sunday, whether we like it or not, and it's exactly the same as a radio
Don't
program.
say that. It is not.
Yes, it is. Wait, hold on. Do you have a microphone?
Yes.
Do you have headphones on?
Yes.
Is there some type of mixer there?
Yeah.
Are we talking?
Sure.
Are
we're
we? Wait. Are we broadcasting?
I don't know.
Technically, yeah. So
Look at the repeat and see who's listening.
well, that's where we're just like a radio program where we're going to share with you news stories and things we see throughout the week. It's it is going to be our take on it. We're basically going to say the things you're thinking in your brain cells, but you'd never hear these on the radio because you're like, what?
see?
Yeah, we're just going to try to have some fun. Don't take it all too seriously. All the music you're listening to, including that intro, is brought to you by Dano Music. Link in the description. Yeah, when we're dead and gone, you'll walk by our grave sites and you'll hear it coming up from the ground.
Yeah, we had that pump through. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. There's a picture from us on Instagram from 2016. There's one from Twitter, 2022. One from Meta, which was Facebook at the time, 2024. I think it was Meta at the time. Anyway, 2025 picture. And there's that one from Facebook with our girlfriends, which unfortunately we're so radio focused that they're AI. And if you're enjoying what you're listening to, like I said, go ahead and ding ding, hit the button, subscribe, especially if you're hitting us up on YouTube. Right after the show, I quickly grab the audio. Oh, I want to point out something real quick. This does not get edited. This is just raw activity. So these nice polished Joe Rush, what's his name? Joe Rogan shows. They're all polished, and you see the breaks and and they're very pretty.
We have none of that.
That's none of that. That's not going to happen. Freddie over here, all he does is he hits the start button, he hits the stop button, and then he goes, okay, this is where they started, this is where they stopped, and he exports it and he throws it up onto the net as quickly as we can. Usually it's by 10
We're
a.m.
getting a raw broadcast. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, this is exactly the way it's happening. We're not editing out anything. It's like we figure, hey, we'll fall on our own sword on this
Yeah,
one.
what the hell? We don't really care. So, and as always, we're brought to you by Icy Something Icy Treats. We'll talk about that at the break. So yeah, I just need to point out that it is just as you hear it. I mean, JD's over there in Orange. I'm here in Fredericksburg, and we're just trying to get this all done for you and just trying to have fun. So stop it. Will you stop it?
We're taking everything so doggone seriously.
Oh my
nobody's
gosh.
having fun. It's like, I mean, come on. It's like it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be. We could be at war with someone. But anyway, listen. So, we won't go. We won't go there. We won't go there. Light and fluffy. Life and fluffy. That was the other thing we did. We stayed away from during COVID. It was hard. It was always positive stories, funny stories.
It's amazing that, in the course of this show, we have gone through quite a bit as a nation. I mean, it's like, we went through COVID and the lockdowns and, again, I mean, and now it's like we're, of course, getting word on excursions.
Excursions. Yep. Excursions. We're having negotiations with people. Yeah, that's how that works. Hey, you did something a while back. And I want to.
I did. I deny it.
But I got pictures. I got pictures, baby. Let me tell you.
Okay.
And I'm going to share them with Hey You if you're not careful.
I haven't seen Hey You in a few days.
Uh-oh. Is there a musty smell coming from her?
Oh, for those of you who do not know, you're going to have to go back a couple of episodes to find out what we're talking about here.
Oh, I'm going straight to hell.
Great
Now,
director. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Straight to hate.
I wanted to ask you. Apparently, there's an entire Reddit community that is working on helping people accept the concept of baldness. So you proactively took off what was on top of your head. Tell me a little bit more about that. Share
Let me
that.
explain.
Yep.
Because, like I say, it's like as I got to be an adult, it's like I had
18.
I had all this nice long flowing hair went down my shoulders, down my back. I had a ponytail, and I knew it was getting thin up top.
It kept be. You had to start combing further up, back, and further back, and further back. You're like,
I went into the bathroom on a Sunday morning.
It was a
before
Sunday
we started doing this.
way before the Slade and Mayson Show.
And I was looking in the mirror, and I was looking at
It
my
was
flowing
glaring.
black. Oh man, it's like it was all so shiny, and it's like, and then I looked in the mirror. I took a mirror, and I turned around, and oh my God,
Yeah.
there was a source of light beaming off of my head. I thought,
You're like a double-ended searchlight. It's like brightness on either end.
man, it was like you talk about a heartbreak, because, like I say, I knew what that meant,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that I would have to be brave. And I would have to stand there, and I thought, I can't do it because I love my hair. I love all this nice flowing black hair. So it's like I looked at it, and I took a look in the mirror, and I saw the reflection of light, and I thought, okay, here we go. I grabbed a handful of shaving cream,
Be
I
nice
put it
and
on
clean.
the right side of my head,
and
and I took my razor and once I started, I knew I had to continue, and
Yep.
I did not stop until there were no little beads of hair on my scalp.
And how did that feel the first night, putting your head down the pillow and whoop, falling to the floor? These are things they don't tell you about when you get your hair. Your hair acts as like a grip force, like it's like a tacky rug, on the underneath.
Pillow.
But once you hit the pillow, it's like whoop,
You slide right
off, baby.
And so I mean, I got used to it. It's like, again, because my scalp had not seen the light of day in years.
Yeah.
So it's like I had this two I had the lighter color where my hair used to be, and then it would come down and gradually get darker.
Yeah. You had a tan line. You had a tan line on your forehead.
A farmer's tan.
Farmer's tan. Oh my God, that's funny.
So I mean, it was. Believe me, I will say this. I did have my moment of tears.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, because like I said, I had groomed this. I mean, from the time I was in high school and got out of high school and into college, and I put all those magic chemicals in my hair that just made it just seem so slick and dark and lovely.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, it's a shame because, I think I heard the statistic that like 90% of men are going to experience
baldness.
Male pattern baldness.
So what do you think about the fact that people are now embracing it? They're actively embracing it.
Well, it's like death. You can't get around it, man. There's nobody wins that game.
So death, taxes, and baldness. Those are the three standards that all men have to go through. Though,
and see, and the thing of it is that it's women who make us feel bad because
they want to run their fingers through your hair, and I'm like,
through my scalp, not rub my scalp. But it's like here again. I'm older now, so those things don't necessarily matter as much because I don't care. People ask me what's the biggest difference that I know now. Mm-hmm. I have peace. I really have peace. Mm-hmm. I come in. It's like I come into my little apartment, and it's like I don't have anyone going.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
And so again, and when I because like I say, because of my wild life, at the time, I'm going to bed at 5 o'clock. Why you gotta go to bed so early? And then when I get up at 4 o'clock, why you gotta get up so early?
That's why JD's gonna remain single for the rest of his life. Yeah.
Again, they're gonna go. I told people years ago, listen, if I die tomorrow, don't sit around crying about, oh, JD, you missed so much, because I didn't miss spit, man. It's like, again, and those things that I liked, I did twice. Yeah. So I've had a very full life, and if I never have another trip to that zoo, I got my memories.
There you go.
At least until dementia takes them away.
Oh, my gosh. Well, now more body imaging issues. Are you familiar with something called side butt? I mean, you're the man on top of the social norms of things.
I do not know what side butt is.
Okay, side butt is a new trend. It's a fashion statement where you're wearing. It's kind of like when you have like cleavage, you have a lot more cleavage, and then you have like don't sneeze, right? It's the same type of thing, but you're exposing more and more of the side or the upper butt when you're wearing like a dress or the like. So you haven't heard this thing.
That you should mention that because I just happened to watch an entire documentary
on side butt.
BBLs.
What?
BBLs.
Wait, hold on. B as in boy, B as in boy, L's. What is? Are these a Brazilian butt lift?
Yep.
Hey, I got it right.
And I'm telling you, it's like these women. I want you to just go ahead and
no. I do not want that algorithm. No, I won't go ahead. I won't go ahead.
I want you to look at what women are doing.
I will not go ahead.
I'll send it to you if you don't look.
No, I understand. They. So I was going to talk about this in the AI, but yes, it looks like someone took a bicycle pump and went. Okay, you can't get through the door. You got them going sideways now. Hope you enjoy yourself. Have a nice day. That'll be $3,400.
They're like, I mean, they're making these things that are, I mean, they're obscene.
Yes. Well,
You know, it's
apparently
like,
men like that.
Well, no. Freddie Castor and Bertha Butt don't quite make it anymore.
Well,
It's like, I mean, but they do. They do. They look like they've got two giant basketballs blown up, and it's like, and they're. I mean, the things that I've heard about these things that, again, that some, women can die from getting them because.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going next door to the KFC and grabbing all the grease and just dumping it into the person's butt, that's probably not a good thing to have inside of you. I mean, first off, don't eat the stuff. Then inside you're going to wear it.
People who are like me who would go, hey, listen, I got this new spackle here that I can inject in your behind.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
the other thing.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, and then of course you have things that are happening naturally, like everybody's talking about Ozempic.
Mm-hmm.
There is a side problem with Ozempic because you get Ozempic butt.
Yep.
And that's not complimentary at all.
Saggy as all get out. So
yeah, I mean, again, so I'm looking at these gigantic balloons that
here
people
we go.
their back, and I'm thinking, why?
Because that it makes some men find that very attractive.
Well, you know what? It's like, yeah, okay. You listen, every man likes a woman with a nice figure. I mean, again, there is such a thing though as deciding to go Frankenstein. And these women are talking about, well, it's like, well, some of the downsides are, well, I still got discoloration where they put it in my butt. And it's like, I have these bumps that come up. It's like, yeah, I know these two great big things that you got hanging off.
Yeah.
It was bad enough when women got into breast augmentation.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went all crazy. I saw a picture of this woman.
Here we go.
And I kid you not.
Yeah.
This woman had 4 basketballs on her chest.
Jeez.
I mean, it's like, and the one thing that, that I heard when I was a young man from women who were overly endowed naturally, is that, boy, that is really hard on the back.
Yes, it's hard to walk. You're basically carrying another human being up on your chest 24/7.
So now you're carrying one on your chest and one in the back.
Well, that's to counteract the weight.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if you stand, you're going to wobble, man. You'll be a weeble for sure. But I do understand why, like I say, there's nothing attractive about those BBLs when you go extreme. I understand you want to add a little bit, but it's like, no.
See, I don't even understand that part. So just a little bit.
Cultural differences, my friend.
I guess so.
I mean, like I say, some of us as a people were born with naturally good-looking badonkadunks.
Okay. Hey, easy. I know you and I are friends, but you don't have to point that out about me, okay? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
And some people with lack of pigmentation tend to have no badonkadunk.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you noticing. Let's move on. Now,
but listen, Jane Fonda was responsible for that because Jane Fonda told women in the 80s, it's like, no, you don't want one of those because they're just really disgusting. You want to make sure that you look flat as a pancake, that.
Yeah, the pain until you gain or something.
After when certain music phases came in, and they're saying drop it like it's hot, and you got nothing to drop.
Well, all right. So you and I are at the point now. It's like we wake up in the morning, we take a shower, wash up, get dressed, and we look in the mirror, and go, all right, whatever, moving on. Apparently,
there's nothing I can do about it.
Apparently, what people are doing is, I guess people are getting like, bored at work. So what they'll do is during the workday. Instead of going to lunch, they go down and get Botox treatments.
Now, I hate to bring up current events.
Oh, my gosh.
But
Then don't.
Well, no, because it's like it stands out so badly. when you take a look at the former head of
Nope. Nope. I'm gonna block it. There's so many other things to talk about.
like I said,
Nope.
if you are not happy with your look, then
Go to a
get
Botox for the
honest
weekend.
conversation with yourself and just realize, it's like I tell people all the time, there are only certain things that I can change.
Mhm.
I can change how much hair I have on my face. I can have a mustache or I can't have a mustache. I can
don't
have
have
a
a
beard or not have a beard. But other than that, there's nothing else that I can do to improve on this beauty that God gave me.
Well, where was it? That was last week. I had some suggestions, but I'll hold up on that one there. There's a guy. That was last week's news. I'll talk about that later. There's a guy. Apparently, there's a. They call it man something. Anyway, basically, you want to look like this one guy who looks very chiseled. So what you'll do is you'll grab a hammer, and for like 12 hours a day, you'll just whack the side of your jaw, whack the other side of your jaw, and over time, the jaw starts to expand to counteract that hammering that's going on, and then you have that new look and that new chiseled look. I can't remember the guy's name. Dag damn it! What? What was it?
Steve Reeves. He
Steve
played
Reeves.
Hercules in the 60s.
No. But it's an actual guy, and he puts all these YouTube videos about how he tears apart his body. I mean, really does damage to it, and gets surgery and stuff to make himself look beautiful. And I look at him going, "Dang, dude, you went off the cliff. It's all gone. It's all gone." So more beauty tips. Where was the other one? So as you know, our current president is married to Melania Trump, who was a model. And did you see her recent runway walk
with the robot?
Yes. She decided to do a runway walk.
Like she looked just like a fashion model, legs in front of each other,
high heel
she had
shoes,
just the right kind of hip,
perfect
hip
white
movement.
slacks. Yeah,
I mean, she has a very, very lovely body. She really does. But her face, she's got that bitch dressing face. Always. I mean, you never see her happy. She does. It's always bitch resting.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know why?
She's married to Donald. That's why.
Well, she's never had something. It's apparently the FDA is still in business. FDA apparently has shut down an operation called, and sounds just like it says, is Boner Bear Honey. That's right, Boner Bear Honey. Apparently it has erectile dysfunction drug in the honey. Just need a couple of tablespoons every day, and whoo, baby, does that sucker ride? So there you. Can you imagine you putting that in your tea first thing in the morning and go,
You are just
oh dear.
awful. Because like I say, I was about to go into some delving subjects and you said, I'll cut you off. I'll block it.
Well, you're going into politics. We're going to go to politics. So.
Well, wait a minute.
That wasn't politics. Listen, that was talking about AI.
It didn't win an Academy Award.
No, it didn't win an Academy Award. I'm with you with that one. That's true.
It was the dumbest concept. And like I say, I want those people to invest in me, because if they're throwing away $70 million, man, it's like, hey, just throw me 1 million. I only need 1 million.
So the other thing I thought was interesting was how slow and maneuvered the robot was walking. Like you could see she had to slow up and wait for the robot to kind of catch up. And
I use a cane now, so it's like I found myself, hey, I walk just like that robot.
But you compare that to the ones from China. Oh my gosh, we're screwed. Yeah, it's over with. They've leapfrogged us and leapfrogged us again. Now we also mentioned that next Sunday is
Easter.
That's right. Nestle has a problem.
that you're buying has been out since last Easter. They just brought it back out to put it back on the shelf.
Yeah, they just slide the pink.
The chocolate might just be a little white.
A little bit white. It's got a little frosting on it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's delicious. Apparently, Nestle has a major issue. I don't know if you heard about this, but
Nestles. What comes out my ass?
All right. Do you know one of their number one products? The Kit Kat bar?
The Crunch Bar?
No, it's the Kit Kat bar.
Oh, what's wrong with Kit Kat?
Love Kit Kat. Well, there's going to be a whole lot less in Europe for Easter. Apparently, someone took over a truck and had 12 tons of Kit Kat bars right in the back of the truck. Gone. Vaporized from the planet Earth. So someone is going to have some really bad acne issue for a long time.
Hey, Dan.
Well, yeah.
I got the stuff.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Man, I could use a break. Give me a break. Just break me up. Just break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, man. Just break me, you know?
You gotta buy the whole
Give
piece.
me a bit the Kit Kat bar. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. But you know what's interesting? That Kit Kat bars are differently flavored outside the United States.
Well,
For instance, you can get strawberry flavored.
Because when you go into France and things like that, they actually still use real chocolate.
True.
And we're into coming up with
Hydrogenated
this
vegetable
chemical
oil.
contraband that's supposed to mimic chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like Tootsie Rolls.
But
That's
in
not
Europe,
chocolate.
they maybe have about 5 or 6 different flavors of Kit Kat bars.
See again. So they've already gotten into the American. I got 17 versions of Cheerios.
Wait, in Japan, it's closer to 100 different flavors of Kit Kat bars. I'm like, how do you come up with 100 different flavors? I can't think of 100 different flavors, except
You
maybe
take
sardine.
Paper, you take your peanut butter, you take some chocolate, and cover it. That's it. That's a Kit Kat bar.
Okay. Now, apparently, they have mocha brand, mocha flavored Kit Kat, which is, do you know what mocha is?
Are you saying mocha?
Mocha. No. MOIC. Everybody's going, dude, you can't know how to spell it, you idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Basically, it is a type of tea that tastes like grass clippings. So what they've done is they've made a Kit Kat bar that tastes like grass clippings. And they charge extra for it.
And the cows really love it.
Moo favorite, moo.
They're about to name it the Kit Cow Bar. Yeah.
Kit Kat bar. Moo. Delicious.
You're talking about animals, and in the last couple of weeks, animals have done some amazing things in this world.
Oh, really?
A couple of weeks ago, we had the story about the raccoon that got drunk and fell out in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And last week we had horses that were in a department store. And, you put a
What?
horse in a department store, you're about to have a lot of mess.
What happened there?
Well, the horse got in and couldn't get out. So it was like it was confused, and it just started stomping and kicking and busting everything up.
How'd that go?
The sale starts tomorrow. All right. So this week, what is one of the most gross animals that you can see regularly in this part of the country?
The grossest animal in this part of the slugs.
Well, no, I'm going to give you a hint.
All right.
Long, skinny tails, white patches on their head.
White.
And they're really kind of gross looking because when they look cute when their mouths are closed, but when they open them,
Oh, possums.
Thank you.
Or
There you go.
opossums. Or
Opossum. All right.
or
Well,
opossum,
listen. A wild possum wandered into a gift shop in Australia and made himself very much at home, knocking things over and generally acting like it had a store credit account. I mean, it's like animals get into, and this is because we are so overbuilding everything. The animals
Sure.
are getting into everything. And it's like, so finally, an animal that walks into a gift shop and doesn't pretend that it's just browsing.
Yeah.
This guy comes in like, yeah, I'll take the candles and your dignity. Boom.
So this was a gift shop. And where was this again? In Australia?
Australia.
Australia, where they have everything out there that tries to kill you, eh? Hey, Hey, Olsie, how you doing? That's why they're drinking beer all the time. Yeah.
You know,
Like,
whatever happened to what was that
He's
guy's
around.
name? Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, Crocodile Dundee. He actually finally bought the rights to the movie from his former wife, and I'm writing a story. I promise it's gonna be a good one. But of course, he's like 74 years old.
Yeah, you know, he's old as dirt now, and his boomerang don't bang no more. So.
He doesn't play. Yeah, he needs some bee honey. So, hey, want some Bona bee honey? Yeah, it sounds delicious.
I have to complain again.
Put in your crumpet. What?
You know, it's like I watch television because, like I say, it's entertaining to me, even though the dumbest stuff is on there.
Mm-hmm.
But commercials are they've gone too far. Listen, I realize that, you know, again, if you are a woman, you need to have feminine products.
Uh-huh.
But at one time, you know, when they go ahead and show you how absorbent they are, they'd use this blue water.
Oh, that's gone. It's no longer blue.
It is now red.
Yes, it is, baby. And that's to be realistic.
Me absolutely sick because, I mean, women know what they got to do. They know they got to do it. So we don't really need to have this graphic explanation.
Well, not all women know how to do that stuff. So, you know, that's why we have commercials and teach them how to do laundry and teach women how to do cooking and cleaning.
Oh, you asked for this, ladies and gentlemen.
Sadly, however, we will return
Walked
to
into
the
that
Slade
one.
and Mayson Show.
Yes, sir, boy. We've gone over the edge now. This train wreck. And you're only halfway done.
Today in history, March 29th, 1632. The Treaty of Saint-Germain is signed, returning Quebec to French control after the English seized it in 1629. They remarked it was just too darn cold up here. 1806, construction is authorized of the Great National Pike, better known as the Cumberland Road, became the first United States federal highway. It is 600 miles long and should be completed in the year 2044, right on time and on budget. 1871, the Royal Albert Hall is opened by Queen Victoria. The first performance was, I believe, Mephisto Waltz No. 1 by Franz Liszt, and then after that, followed by Electric Light Orchestra. 1886, Dr. John Pemberton brews the first batch of Coca-Cola in a backyard in Atlanta, Georgia. Seems they were having a backyard party and he brewed it up. Oddly, someone showed up with these weird flat chips that had like these ridges in them. Some guy named Ruffle. I don't know. 1974, NASA's Mariner 10 becomes the first space probe to fly by Mercury. Now, before you plan your next trip there, you got to realize that most of the atmosphere is primarily helium, so your voice is going to sound really goofy. And you have a nighttime temperature of negative 297 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the daytime, it's a blistering 367. So you better bring your insulated jammies. And finally, 2004. The Republic of Ireland becomes the first country in the world to ban smoking in all workplaces, including bars and restaurants. This, of course, the more lax of the two rules. The first one was that you were allowed to continue smoking inside the bars and workplaces. You were just not allowed to exhale. I'm Dan Mason, and that's March 29th.
Good day, mates. You thought you knew the true taste of Australia, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Say goodbye to the same old burger joints and wave hello to Pouchies, the place where the Outback meets your taste buds. Now, we know you've heard of fast food, but at Pouchies, we've taken it to the next level. Introducing the Outback Express, because who needs a drive-through when you've got kangaroos? Picture this. You roll up, and our trusty kangaroo crew, fresh from the wild, greets you with a hearty, "G'day, mate."
G'day, mate. Ready for a ripper of a meal.
Choose your burger from our mouth-watering menu. We've got the Bush Tucker Special, the Roux Royale, and of course, the classic Joey Burger, made with the finest lean and mean kangaroo meat, sourced straight from nature's own reclamation process. And here's the twist, mate, we've got the didgeridoo deal. That's right, when you order a didgeridoo deal, you not only get a scrumptious Joey Burger, but you also receive a mini didgeridoo with every meal. Blow your own tunes while enjoying the real taste of Down Under. So why settle for the ordinary when you can have the extraordinary? At Pouchies, it's not just a meal, it's an Aussie adventure. Our kangaroo spotters are out there, ensuring the freshest and most flavorful roos make it to your plate.
Oi, look at this beauty. That's gonna make one ripper of a burger.
So grab your mates, head on down to Pouchies, and experience the true taste of the Outback. No worries, no dunnies, just good old Aussie goodness.
Don't be a drongo, mate. Come on down to Pouchies, where the roos are fresh and the flavour is unreal.
Where every bite takes you on a journey to the heart of Australia. Good day, flavour.
Pouchies, the ultimate kangaroo burger experience. Drop by today and let your taste buds go wild. And now, for reasons I can't even explain, we return you now to the Slade and Mayson Show.
I gotta tell you,
Hold on. Hold on.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
Okay, what do you want to say?
I'm listening to that song, and all I can hear is, "Oh, are you my little chubsy wubsy?"
Yes. That's
Yes,
it. Waltzing
Crabtree.
across the street, da, 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 Whispering Pines of Nevada by Bert Fearman's Dance Orchestra with Bert Fearman conducting for today, National Nevada Day. So there you go. That's all
National Nevada Day.
Yeah,
Okay,
I found it
cool.
interesting. I found the old Pouchies, and I wanted to play that, and that was about a year and a half ago, and that was at the height of AI at that time. And man, does that sound like Nestle? What'd you say, Nestle's? What? How's that work?
Nestles. What comes out my?
Yes, ASS.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
basically that sounded like crap. And it's something. All right, Harold. Well, first off, let me get this out of the way because I want to talk about that. Hold on. I'm gonna write myself a note here. There. Okay. This portion of the Slade and Mayson Show is brought to you by Icy Southern Icy Treats. Do you know what that's all about, JD? Do you know what Icy that's what you do?
Fortunately, I do, because again, it is a taste that I will never ever forget.
Yeah. Basically, it is where my buddy Sheila and her husband Al,
Betty Sheila, baby,
and Al.
Al.
Hi, Al. Careful. You get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. So what they did was they got a big, huge red truck, and they outfitted it with 2 Italian ice shredding machines. Now, why? Why not just use a blender and just throw some ice cubes in? No. Because what they want to do is they want to get the flavor and the feel and the texture of the islands, Hawaii. Not everybody can go to Hawaii. It's an expensive trip. It takes like 67 days to get there. I mean, it's just an awful ride. And you're paddling the whole time. And the water's cold. There's sharks going around you. And don't forget the jellyfish. The jellyfish just give you like bad sores. But anyway, so what they've done is they've gone through that trudgery for you. What they did was they brought that flavor, that texture, that happiness to the mainland, the 48s. And so what you do is you get in your car from California. You drive across the United States of America and head on over to Virginia and give them a call at 804-617-8827. And what they'll do is show up with their red truck and make these shredded goblets of happiness and put these flavorings on top, which they make each week. Oh, my God, from scratch for you. And the concept is that you get this wonderful flavor. You take a scoop, you put it into your mouth, and it just disappears. And it's just creamy, smooth. Oh, my gosh. Pina colada, wild cherry, Jamaica me crazy. There are all these different flavors they've come up with. You give them a call at 804-617-8827, or you can visit their website. They have a website. It's www.iceysomethin.
Leave off that G, for goodness sake.
ICEY.com, birthdays, corporate events, fundraisers. You got to give them a call, 804-617-8827. Again, 804-617-8827. The number once again, 804-617-8827.
You'll be glad you did, but please don't wait because they're picking up quick.
Yeah, they are. It's happening. New stuff. I want to talk about new stuff. I want to talk about. Okay, so let's go backwards in time. Let's go. Okay, now, do you recall? And you may or may not. I don't know. Do you recall maybe when your parents came home with a new television? Maybe, we went from black and white to color growing up. And I remember that transition.
Yes, I can remember it. And it was in June of 1967.
Mm-hmm. Now,
my mom went, and next thing I know, these guys were bringing in this brand new TV set. It was a TV set, and it was a record player, and it was a radio, and it was 25 inches. And man, it's like, and when I turned it on, it's like, oh, it was bright colors and such.
It blew your mind away.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, it did.
Up until that point, I just thought that the world was made in black and white.
That's right. All right, now let's move on from there. So we got now throughout the United States, we're the same age group. All throughout the United States, every car was manual transmission. There are a few exceptions, and then the mainstream automatic transmission came out. Do you remember when that came out?
No, because I told you my dad tried to teach me how to drive in a 1963 Rambler, and I stripped all the gears out.
Oh, that was 3 on the column, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be bad. You probably just tore a reverse apart, thinking that. Oh man, I just realized what you just did. Okay. So we got automatic transmissions. Okay. Then we got power brakes, because before that, everything had a drum, and you had to push that sucker down hard to get the car to stop. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. Coleco came up with this thing that's about the size of a keyboard, and it had a cable that went to the back of your color or black and white television set, and then when you flip the switch, which then had an adapter you had to stick into the wall, and you could play this game called Pong, and you could play it with a friend, or you can play it with someone by yourself. You had the where you could play up against the wall. That was, and we were so enthralled. We were like, oh my God, I can actually do whatever I want on my television set. Watch this. Boop, 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 boop. Right?
That was amazing how entertained we were by that.
We were blown away.
Especially if you were like me. And, again, I had a friend, I told you, it was midnight. Again, we would all go at his house because midnight we'd watch Ernest Ainsley and his healing ceremonies.
Sorry.
So again, we'd get there about 11:15, and we'd play Pong for
Yeah.
45 minutes, man. Whoop.
Bloop, boop, bloop, boop, boop, bloop, boop. Okay.
I mean, it was a regular routine.
Let's leapfrog. Okay. 2008. I've got this telephone. It's in my hand. It's like a little tiny clamshell. I can open it up and I can navigate to these different menus just by pushing a button. And then I can make a phone call and I can talk to anybody on the fucking planet. I can actually send them a message directly from that phone. I can actually, at the time, I could send a message to Yahoo and say, hey, I'm at this address. I want to go to this address. Can you please send me step-by-step instructions? And they had something called MapQuest. And MapQuest scanned all the maps on the planet, and it would go ahead and give you step-by-step instructions to get from point A to point. I blew my mind away. I couldn't believe, how could you do this on a little Let's fast forward. Let's leapfrog. Oh, man, I got this stupid state-of-the-art phone that's touchscreen. It's a piece of crap. I can't believe this shit. We are never, ever happy with any technology, and we're never enthralled anything more than an hour and a half with any technology we make. And that blows I think it is hardwired into the human brain. Some reason we're just never like, for instance, AI. I played that stupid Brimley's Pouchies, and it was really bad. It is really, really bad. The scripting was bad. The recording was bad. The sound was bad. But today, I mean, back then it was amazing. A year and a half ago, we were like, holy crap, it did the whole flipping commercial. I didn't have to do anything. And now we're like, what a piece of garbage. What a piece of shit.
You're absolutely right about being, because first we want this technology, and then when we get the technology, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
And that's where AI is now. I mean, AI is starting to run away. I mean, it's like there are more and more things that are done with artificial intelligence that it's hard to believe what is real anymore.
I know, but we're never happy, and we're never happy with it. Why?
Because we are human beings. We were built to be ungrateful.
I jokingly think about, the house I'm living in right now. I look at, I watch, I've been in for 25 years now. Okay. And I watched the styles go from where we were when we first moved in, almost to 1970s retro, now leaning back towards where I'm at right now. I'm like, we can't keep track of this stuff. We keep cycling around back to the exact same thing we wanted before. I'm like, what the hell is the matter with a human being? We're really messed up. We are.
Well, like I say, hey, get ready because this is the world of tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. And now we have I was listening to a podcast before we got here, and AI agents. I'm actually going to play with one maybe sometime this week, but you can essentially, first off, you go to ChatGPT and you have ChatGPT interview you and say, hey, I want to do X with coding. So let's put together a conversation. So you have a conversation with ChatGPT, probably take about 45 minutes to an hour. You figure out exactly what the parameters need to be and say, okay, you fully understand what we want to do. Yes. All right. Write down step-by-step instructions that I need to give to Codex, which is your other arm, to build this scripting. And it will do that. It'll build it out. It'll say, okay, you need to prevent this from happening. You need to be assured of this. So, and then now we're at the point where it will, you could be happy now because you're like, I don't have to do this work. Now we're even taking the joy of doing the work away and handing it to AI. I say joy. I mean, there are little fun discoveries you come across as you're learning stuff.
Again, and we've talked about this before because it's like, if you are a muscular person, if you stop using those muscles, what happens?
They atrophy.
Yeah. And the brain is just one big giant muscle.
Yeah. I mean, I
And
didn't know. I used to go to web pages and I like right mouse click on the web pages. And I'm going through like, oh, whoa, that's how you do that. Oh, cool. Which is bad. Which is really, really bad. But yeah,
I mean, just like I say, it is just we're advancing faster than we need to, and we haven't slowed down enough to understand how far we've advanced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's a scary thought.
I think I told you this past week. As you know, I what was it, about a year ago? We built the when did you open up operations?
January 2025.
Okay. So, and that's shortly after that point, I made the software with ChatGPT to extract, get those MP3s for you for the country.
Like I say, and I got to tell you, I mean, listen, I hate to say it, but you just can't avoid using the technology. So it's like, I've been listening to Dan, and it's like, and he's always talking to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT always gives him the right answer.
Not always.
So I found myself using ChatGPT to do things to make my little project work even better, like writing scripts that, again, it would take me hours to write.
Right.
Again, I just say, I want this, and this in it. And it's like, boom, it spits it out for me.
Yep. Now,
so okay. In that case, I'm becoming a slave to the technology, and we don't really have any choice, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind.
Agreed. So that's why you use it sparingly. You don't use it to do 100% of your job. Use it like, for instance, I'll have a conversation with a customer, as I mentioned, and I'll grab the transcript because I know what's going to come out of their mouth next. Can you give me a summary by email? Yeah, because you did not take any notes while you were listening to me. Got it. Not a problem. So I'll go ahead and I drop it into ChatGPT and I say, hey, the way I talk. I want you to use the same language and put together a nice professional email. And it does. And it's like if I spent the extra 20 minutes putting the email together, that's exactly what I would have said, right? Word for word, a few nuances. So I changed things. But the other thing is, like, I went and I was looking to download something as an MP4 from YouTube, right? And then I said, "Hey, this is the script you helped me build like a year ago," and I drop it into ChatGPT. I say, "Can you make this like a, for something for MP4s?" Yeah, let me take a look, and you can see it reading across like, not sure why I did the split here. That doesn't make any sense. Let me correct that. And it's like it's going back and fixing crap that it did a year ago that it was very happy with, and I was very happy with. And it's like, yeah, that was really dumb. So I said, do you ever go back and read stuff? And he says, yeah, I since it learns certain things, it says, I will come back and reread something and go, yeah, that was really not time effective. So, and there was no reason to do it. I just did it because everybody else did it. So it's really interesting to see even ChatGPT, just the base unit without the coding, learning.
Well, here's the thing, it's like I wrote something that I wanted done
with regret.
Yeah, with regret.
That word regret shows up everywhere, man.
But it's like what I did is that it's like I went back and I said, look, again, I had some more information that I needed to add to it, and I had already closed out the program.
Yeah.
So I opened up the program again, and I basically said, I don't know if you remember this, but it's like I gave you some information about blah, blah, blah. And damn if it didn't rebuild the site.
Yes. Yeah. So it's now being a little more aggressive about its memory, as opposed to saying, oh, this is a guy living in Virginia. No. It's like, we were having a conversation about X, Y, and Z. I think I'll put this into the memory. And it does. You go and look at the memory, you're like, oh, we had a conversation. I'm like, holy crap. A lot of people are freaked out by that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not building nuclear bombs, so I'm okay with it.
Well, again, and that's exactly what I thought, because, I mean, I've had it put together, no repeat weeks for me.
Yeah.
Again,
what's wrong with that?
Like, and it spews it out. It tells me exactly. And if there's something else that I wanted to ask me, well, if you would like us to go ahead and group this by decade, da 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 da. But I mean, it's like it is. I always end up thanking it after I use it. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's always good to say thank you to the gods that will ruin our lives later.
It's like, and it always sends a very nice reply. Well, thanks for doing that. Thanks for saying that. And it even called me by my name. It's like,
yeah.
Wow.
Waddy.
Wally. Yeah.
But yeah, we are becoming a little bit like Wally these days, where we just, glide
I
through
told
life.
you, Dan. It's like I told you. I
great.
said, Dan, we don't want to go monkeying with this, and you said, "Oh yeah, it'll be
It's gonna
fine.
be
It'll
fine.
be good. It'll be wonderful."
It's gonna be fine. You're gonna love it. Don't worry about it.
Like I say, it started. It started right in my house, the other house I lived in, because Dan came over to do something, and next thing I know, I see him. He's like,
Oh yeah,
"If I go," I said, "What?" He said, "I'm not talking to you."
yeah. I was busy building up your radio DJ. I didn't know how to do anything about that. I was like, I don't know how to do this stupid stuff.
And it's amazing. So now it's like I've got 10,000 titles.
Yeah. And you can instantly access any of them and bring them into your program. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And we talked about it. And for those people who might be listening to Slade on the sly, it's like, yeah, on April Fools, I got an interesting.
There is a link down in the description so you can get a hold of JD's little podcast there. Speaking of podcasts, here's what's happening. The industry is consolidating. So little podcast shops like you and me, we're disappearing left and right. People are giving up on this. They're absolutely just walking away, going, forget it. It's just not worth the time and aggravation. What people don't realize is, and you and I talk about this. We have a love for radio. All right. Yes. It's not whether I get paid 25 cents or I get paid $5 million. All right. If I get paid $5 million, it's gonna be a little different. But anyway, it's
don't
just
lies now.
Yeah. Don't lies. But it's kind of a labor of love, right? This is like it's our moment to have fun and chat with each other and share stories with people. And if your intent was to get into podcasting and make millions of dollars, Joe Rogan's already got that locked down. Sorry.
I mean, look, here's the thing. I tell people all the time, it's like, it's not like, you're right. I'm not making millions of dollars. I can't put my future and all my eggs in this basket, but I am having fun. And that's important. It is important to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I do. I mean, because like I say, my entire life has changed because like I say, I told you, I have my peace and I can set my schedules to my schedule to when I want to do something, not when somebody tells me they want it done. Yep. And it's a very freeing experience. And one day, Daniel, you're going to know that feeling.
One day.
And you're going to go, God, I can't believe I was this stupid.
Well, my only problem is the stock market recently just went,
well, like I say,
fell off a cliff.
Cheeto man, it's like
beans and rice, rice and beans, beans and rice and rice and beans. Gotta eat me some more beans and rice and beans. Put, 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 put. Hey, the car runs by itself now. Put, put, put. I haven't stopped for gas in 5 years. Put, 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 put.
I'm telling you, man, we're in trouble, baby.
We're gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Hey, did you hear the latest from United Airlines?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, this is great. So first off, the number one complaint that people have about people flying in airplanes is taking off their shoes and socks. Okay. It is dirty, nasty, gross. I mean, I get it. It's a long flight, but don't. Anyway, but apparently that's not bad enough. United now has what's called economy bed seating. Do you know what that is?
Oh.
That's where you can take up row 26, A, B, and C. The seats fold down, and a mattress gets laid down on top of that, so you can lie down with your feet sticking out in the aisle. for the entire flight. Have your toes wiggling about. Did you want a Dr. Pepper? Oh yeah, I want a Dr. Pepper.
I have been following the National Society for Fat Acceptance. They're complaining to the airlines that, again, if a woman or if a person is huge and has to take up 2 seats, that instead of going out of their way to give them extenders and things like that, they should make them pay for a second seat. Now,
there's so much I want to say about that, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Oh no, don't do that now. Come on, man. This is a talk show, remember?
All right. Well, then for people who have like thyroidal problems, I get it. But a lot of people have the problem that they have dominoes memorized by telephone number. So, no. I'll tell you, when she sits around the house, she sits around the house, I'll tell you.
We've done it again, my friend.
I don't know how we did that. A full hour. Say goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Goodbye, Mr. Mason. Everybody, we'll be back next. Are we going to be here for Easter?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we'll be here for Easter. So put your Easter bonnet on. Put your pink leotards on. And we'll see you next time.
There is a picture of me, and I'm wearing a pink tutu.
All right, post it.
No, I will not.
Do it.
Will not. No.
Do it.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason.
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
Oh, my
It's
God.
locked in the memory banks of some foreign stockpile.
I'll just get AI to recreate it.
Oh, you mean like my girlfriend? I looked at that yesterday, man. It's like,
She's a big woman. Hi, JD. How are you? My name is Myrna.
oh, that hurts so much. All right, Dano, listen, say goodbye, man.
Goodbye, man.
See you next week.
Bye-bye, everybody. Click the subscribe button and order merch. Bye.
Hey, is that damn thing done? You done yet?
Almost there.
Oh, here it comes. I can hear it now.
Almost there. Are we out?
Are they gone?
Yeah. That's okay. Bye-bye.
Take out the bottle.